Hey, Charlotte. Voting isn't just going to the polls on Election Day anymore. Options like early voting, mail-in voting, and ballot drop boxes are available to more voters and are growing in popularity.
They sure are. How to Vote? It's a tool created by Democracy Works. It breaks down the options your state offers for casting a ballot, empowering you to decide when and where to vote.
Democracy works best when we all vote, but misinformation and confusion about election procedures have resulted in low voter turnout. How to Vote, a tool created by Democracy Works, takes the guesswork out of the voting process.
Don't let those assholes confuse you.
You decide when and where you're going to vote this year at howto.vote. Well, hello, everyone.
Hi there.
Welcome back to Family Home Evening.
With Bad Mormons.
We're sure heckin' glad you're here. We're frickin' HE double hockey sticks pleased that you decided to join us this evening.
It's been a heck of a day. Wait, no, that doesn't work.
You could say heckin' frickin'.
Frickin'. It's frickin' hot in here.
Son of a biscuit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I always like, mother, father.
Mother, father. I might actually use that in my day-to-day life.
Right? I use son of a biscuit pretty much daily. It's just fun. It's just fun.
Oh, my heck.
Saying fuck and shit and piss and cunt just kind of loses its edge after so many years.
I try to use cunt very minimally, so it really has an impact when I use it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't offend me.
You know what's funny? In Australia, they throw the word cunt around like...
Oh, yeah. Like they're your buddy, right?
Yeah. It's so fucking funny. I'll never forget it. Like, oh, Cameron, yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Everybody's fucking cunts. Your mates are cunts and your cunts are your mates.
Right.
Shout out to Australia. What's up, Cameron?
What?
So Charlotte, what would you like to say about this wine we've chosen to drink tonight?
It's good. I don't know if it's worth the price tag, but it's delicious.
We're drinking the Duckhorn Cab 2017 Cab from Napa. It's good. But yeah,
it's not quite as like earthy as I'd like it to be.
Yeah.
The search continues.
It's like a cult favorite, but yeah, it's not my favorite.
I mean, it's good. I drink it. I mean, I am drinking it. But really, what would I not drink?
Exactly. Well, you wouldn't drink Jordan.
Ever again. I thought we were going to talk about them anymore. They're dead to us.
I know. I just needed one more. Now I'm shaking it out. Now it's done. Never
dead
again.
To you. Dead to you.
I'd
rather drink my delicious Cocoa Bon.
Yeah, what I need is to just find a replacement so I can... It's like, a rebound. It's like you're ditching that zero and getting with the hero.
Yeah.
Do people still say that?
No. And its name is Cocoa Bon. Trader Joe's, $6.99. You're welcome.
Fine. Moving on. So, what should we delight our listeners with today?
Do we have any repentance that we need to do?
Well, we do. That's next after the first. So, see, we got ourselves a slightly bit organized. Apparently, it didn't work very well. But I made us cute little episode sheets so that we can go in order and remember like what we're supposed to say and some sort of order so we can write notes also and come back to it. So I gave it one to Charlotte and I was like, look, I made this thing. It's so cute. And she immediately dumped champagne all over it. And she's like, fuck your shit.
It didn't happen exactly like that. I was like, oh, great idea. And then I slowly, like a cat, pushed my champagne over onto it.
While looking me dead in the eyes.
Yes. Oh, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
But in real life, no, I'm just a drunk who spilt my champagne.
Well, I just wanted to... I have actually been listening to a ton of cool podcasts that I just want to kind of throw out there. Well, you and I were listening together to The Darkest Timeline.
Oh, so good.
So that's...
And it's true. Like, at first I was like, I don't know about this Alison Brie chick. She's kind of annoying. And then I gave it a minute and I was like, oh no. Turns out she's hilarious.
Yeah, no, she's fucking great.
Yeah.
She is so fucking great. I don't know if you listened to the Dax Shepard podcast, The Armchair Expert, that had Dave Franco on it.
Oh no. The one I listened to was like economics.
Yeah. The one that had Dave Franco as the guest, he basically tells the whole story of how him and Alison Brie met and got together, and it was essentially like a weekend of doing Molly in New Orleans, which sounded
awesome.
like a ton of fun.
I want to do that. It sounds awesome.
But yeah, I fucking love her. So yeah, Darkest Timeline was great. That's Ken Jeong and Joel McHale.
Right.
And then Alison Brie came on, and I'm sure that they have
other episodes.
I'm sure they have Jim Rash and like everybody from the cast probably.
I saw
except
that
Donald
my
Glover.
boyfriend is on. Well, Joel McHale's my boyfriend too, but I can't think of my boyfriend's name right now. Nathan Fillion. I saw that he was a guest on it too, so I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm looking for it.
He's so delightful.
He's so delightful.
We should watch Firefly after we're done with this.
I'm down. And I've been watching, so I haven't been doing anything productive. I've been watching True Blood from the beginning.
You totally blew my wad. That was going to be my repent.
Oh.
For the next one. I was going to say, do you have anything to repent for, Charlotte? Like making your housemates sit through seasons 3 through 7 of fucking goddamn True Blood?
Listen, the first season was so good.
It was.
And then the second
it
season
ended.
was not great. And then it just slowly got worse. I only have 3 episodes left, and then I'm finished, and then I never have to watch it again until I do.
Sweet mother of mercy.
I mean, it should have been 6 Feet Under. That would have been a better choice. But I feel like I just did that a couple years ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to give that True Blood a try again. I liked it the first time around, even though I remembered I did not like it. I was mad the first time around.
Well, now that I've been being forced to watch it as I walk through the living room on my way to anywhere else in the world... I've realized that I haven't seen any of those last seasons.
You're really good about walking away from shit.
I think I must have stopped at 4.
When I start something, I have to watch it.
Even if it sucks garbage.
Even if it sucks garbage. I mean, I watched The Spice World, for the love of God, because I wanted to have an opinion on it. And you can't have an opinion on something if you don't bother to watch it. And I like having an opinion on lots of things.
I never watched that.
People will fight us for it. They'll be like, it's great. And I'm like, but you're wrong.
You know what we did watch that I think we should let everybody know that I really enjoyed was the
Rental.
The Rental. I was drunk when I watched that, but it seemed good. But no, I was going to say I'll Be Gone in the Dark.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
Any true crime is just wonderful.
Yeah,
tragic and wonderful.
It's a documentary, I guess, kind of based on Michelle McNamara's book, where she's basically like trying to solve the case as just a regular citizen of the Golden State Killer,
right? / original Night Stalker / East Area Rapist. I'm sure everybody probably knows about this because it's big news now. And it's great. Yeah, but I remember seeing Patton Oswalt on like. I think it was one of the late night talk shows like Stephen Colbert or something. And I was like, oh, that's really sad to hear about his wife. And then he was talking about the Golden State Killer. I was like, what the hell? Like, what is her job? Like, why is an author? Like, it didn't, none of it computed. And then when I watched the documentary, I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, she's just like a regular ass writer who was like obsessed with,
But she figured out so much, like, I don't think they maybe would have even caught him if it weren't for her ideas.
I agree. Right. Yeah. She
Crazy.
was like super into it and losing sleep over and having nightmares. Anyways, highly recommend watching I'll Be Gone in the Dark. It was great. And
don't bother with True Blood.
What's that?
I said don't bother with True Blood.
Don't bother with seasons 3 through 1700 because it never fucking ends of True Blood.
Would you be mad if I started 6 Feet Under again?
No, I love 6 Feet Under. I've actually watched that series in full 3 times.
I've watched it in full at least twice. If not 3 times. I think it's just twice.
I watch it just for season 6 with Rainn Wilson.
Where
he's like the Undertaker of...
Yeah, no, I know who he is and I know the character. I just
with the mom.
don't understand the attraction there. But you know what?
Spoiler alert.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Oops. Listen, it's fucking 2020 and we're in the middle of the apocalypse. If you haven't seen 6 Feet Under, it's too late for you.
Oh, that's great.
I haven't seen it yet, so maybe we'll give it a shout out. Maybe we won't on the next time we record, but I'm super excited to watch that new Helter Skelter documentary, right. Helter Skelter, An American Myth. It's apparently from good sources. I'm not going to say who, but everyone knows I'm in love with him, and I have seen his band 100,000 times. He says it's really great. And
what he says is gold.
And he said that, there's been a million documentaries about it, a million, movies, all this subject matter on Marilyn Manson, or not Marilyn Manson, sorry, Charles Manson, the Manson murders. But he said this one is
you just pleased Marilyn Manson so much. Like, oh, they did it. They confused me.
No, I was looking at you, and now all I can see is Marilyn Manson from all your Marilyn Manson stories. Anyways, I'm told it was good. We'll report back next week because we have to watch it by then. Deal?
Deal.
Okay. Now we can repent, Charlotte. What do you say, Amy?
I'm fucking sorry. I try to watch it late at night when I know everybody's asleep. But sometimes you just got to get through the episodes to get that shit done.
What was the last 5 minutes of the last episode you watched? What happened?
Bill just found out that he has hepatitis V? C?
Hepatitis V?
It's the one where only, like, humans can have it, but it's deadly to vampires.
Oh, okay.
And it's accelerating really fast, and Sookie is so upset. And he'll be dead soon.
That sounds scary. I hope he figures that out. Do you think he
will? Sarah Newland drank the,
No, say it.
The antidote for it. So now they're looking for her, and that was the last thing. And then our internet went out, and I was like, God damn it, I just want to finish this goddamn series.
Amplify your shame to the internet, Charlotte.
Jesus fucking Christ. I will kill everyone if we don't get this internet situation figured out soon.
Yeah, apparently,
AT&T is a real piece of shit.
Well, when you live in Orange County, which is crazy to me because I lived in the most isolated archipelago in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and our internet was fine out there.
I swear to God, it's either has something to do with it's no longer a pandemic. It has something to do with the apocalypse, or they're not letting us have our Wi-Fi, because it was never, ever been this bad. And I was like, well, maybe it's slower because there's 3 people living here now. Like,
no. Ooh, you know what it probably is? It's probably Trump.
He's Trump.
Isn't that what fascist dictators do?
Yeah, you start taking away people's
communication.
Exactly.
Yeah, shit, that's scary. Well, I hope you guys are going to be able to hear this.
Right? I hope your Wi-Fi doesn't go out.
Looks like we're in big fucking trouble. Also, well, I was going to save it to the end, but I'm just going to say it now. Please register to vote.
Oh, yeah, please. It's so easy. It takes minutes.
We need it. Everybody needs to fucking vote this time. Like, I was all about the camp, like, my vote doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. And it kind of doesn't. But in this situation, it really does. So, please vote. I do have one thing to repent about also.
Oh, okay.
My shame also will be broadcast to the entire internet. On the last episode we recorded, so we just released our bonus episode, which was a little bit, some old recordings. But on the last one we recorded with Tiffany, I called a Star Wars action figure a figurine.
God, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I said it twice, and I was listening to the recording back, and I was like, oh my God.
Figurine?
A figurine. And then I punched myself in the face.
Action figure. But of course I didn't correct you, but I was afraid of your wrath.
As you should be. Wait, hold on. Let Mommy have another glass of wine. So Charlotte's a really big fan of saving the post office, and she went to the post office and bought a bunch of stamps.
Yeah, everybody needs to go on USPS.com and buy some stamps because we need to support the Postal Service right now, even though they've kind of weaned back a little bit because they know they're going to get their asses handed to them in court later this month. I'm not entirely sure what the hell's going on with that, but go buy some stamps.
Yeah, they're in trouble. They're in trouble.
Yeah, real trouble.
And we've started, with our world domination global takeover, we've started a little merch project where we're going to make merch for our podcast. And we started small with stickers.
Yes.
So we can use Charlotte's stamps to send you guys out some stickers for our podcast. All you have to do is go on to Apple Podcasts, leave us a rating, preferably 5 stars, but we'll take 4.5, and write us out a review. And then just, reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can reach out via our email at fhebadmormons@gmail.com and send us your address, and we'll ship you out some stickers and a handwritten note full of profanity and things that God would not approve of.
That sounds good. Don't expect the letter to be long, though. Think of it like postcard size.
You're going to get what you get, motherfuckers.
And it depends on how much I drank, how legible it'll be.
If you leave us, if you get a friend to leave us a rating as well, and you share a post, we might spill a little champagne on your letter because that's Charlotte's specialty.
Shut up. But well done on these stickers. They look pretty cool. I'm gonna put one on my car.
Thanks. I made them myself. Next up, T-shirts. Or
I'm excited for that.
Beer koozies.
We'll cut them up to make them look cool. Mm-hmm. We'll have to figure out how to use that have a not printing press. What is it called? A
screen
printing? Screen printing press. And I've never used it.
What's like something you always want to get at the merch table, but they never have? Like, I always want to get, Bayside fuzzy handcuffs, but they never have those at the merch table. It's just posters and t-shirts.
Well, I always get a hoodie because hoodies rule.
Yeah, they do. I mean, look behind you. I have 1,700 of them in the closet.
No, me too. I was going to say, I like getting the tank tops, but they never fit properly and they're not fashionable. Like, on the rare occasion you'll go to a show and they'll be like, oh my God, that shirt is actually cute and it's got a logo on it. Game on. I'm hoping for something like that.
What kind of merch do you guys want? Yeah, let us know. We'll make it for you. I'm very crafty. So is Charlotte.
Yeah, I can take direction really well from Mandi.
All right, let's tell these motherfuckers some stories.
Did
we think of any to talk about?
I was thinking about the time we went to Magic Mountain. Well, we used to go to Magic Mountain all of the time.
I was going to say which time.
We used to go every single October. Mandi and Cortney and Tiffany and Laurie would drive down, and
sometimes Mom.
Well, Mom would drive up with me.
Oh, yeah,
right.
That's right.
So you guys would come down from Washington. We'd, meet you in not Santa Cruz. Where the hell is that?
Clarita, Valencia.
Santa Clarita. That's right.
Technically, it's Valencia.
Valencia. And yeah, we'd go to all the fun houses that they would have, and going on the roller coasters.
Fright
and sometimes
Fest.
Fright Fest.
It was always
exactly.
October.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the weather's not too hot, and you get to ride all the rides, and sometimes we'd sneak in booze, and it was a good time.
I gotta say, I just want to interject. That's one thing I really fucking love about going to Disneyland, is that they don't even give a shit if you bring in
tell
booze.
Our secrets.
No, everybody should know.
Well, everybody should know,
it fun.
Except for Disneyland. We don't want
Disneyland's not even in our followers. Maybe Disneyland Germany is in there, because that might be our one listener from Germany.
But they don't really check your hydro flasks.
No, they don't. They don't really check at all.
I hope they don't start now.
Listen, the cool people that are listening to our podcast, they should be able to know.
And they better not narc us out.
That they can bring in wine. Yeah, don't fucking narc us out, you little assholes.
But there's nothing more fun than going down to the French Quarter, New Orleans Square, and drinking some booze and listening to some jazz music, and then taking the train around. We don't even go on rides half the time. We're just like, fuck it, do you want to go hang out at New Orleans Square? Let's go.
Have a mint julep on the train.
Let's just bring some rum to put in it.
But okay, sorry, I distracted you. So Magic Mountain, on the other hand, they fucking smell your water bottle to see if it smells like hand sanitizer.
Because there's a lot of people who like to cause trouble out in those parts.
Trash bags?
Yeah, pretty much. I hate to say it, because it's just most people just want to go and have a good time. But some people like to fight. Some people like to bring in weapons.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of teenage gang rumbles.
Totally.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
I can't even tell you how many times I've gone and I just look at these 12-year-olds, making out and, putting their hands down each other's pants in line. And I'm just like, oh, my God, you're 5 years old. Knock it off. Also, PDA is gross. And then I can only think of me in high school and go, I was just as bad as every single one of these kids. Me and my boyfriend would go and we would make out in line, and I'm not going to tell that story.
Disneyland's a much classier experience.
Yeah, it's a nicer, more wholesome place to be.
Can you imagine now, just imagine going through the Superman line and touching the railing. Oh, God, can you imagine with coronavirus, how...
That's why I don't know how Disneyland's ever going to open back up again.
I know, it's fucking crazy. It's so gross. Anyways,
so gross.
But it was
just
super
all that
fucking
tacky
fun.
And
sticky.
Anywhere, Disneyland too. It's all gross.
Teenager hump juice on the rails.
so gross. And a little side tangent.
Yeah, but
Fear.
I do fucking love.
Did you watch Fear with Renee?
Mark Wahlberg?
Mark Wahlberg and. Why can't I think Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
She gets finger banged on a roller coaster. I never did that.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever done that either.
No, I was gonna say I did a lot of fucking weird shit. That is not one of the things I did. I just feel like that would hurt. I don't. There's
Danger.
Jolting around.
Danger zone, especially on Viper.
Exactly. You're gonna break your neck and
break a finger.
Oh, none of it's good. Okay, anyways, back to my story.
back to the fun times at Magic Mountain.
Right. So one of my favorite times at Magic Mountain was me, you, Mom, Richard, Cortney, and I want to say Richard was there.
You said Richard already.
Oh, did I?
Laurie?
It was Laurie or Tiffany or maybe both. Anyways, I don't remember everyone being there, but there was a good amount of us, and then it was probably like 1999-ish, I want to say.
Is this? I think I know this story.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
We're waiting in line, and one of the ways that we get time to pass by quickly, whether we're waiting in line for a roller coaster or we're on a road trip or whatever, we'll play a game of Can You Guess the Actor that I'm thinking of, and what you have to ask. So I know what it is, and then you ask me.
It's not necessarily an actor. It's like, who am I thinking of?
Who am I thinking of? But I generally go for actors, so I just think of it as like a celebrity actor, whatever.
Well, you've just given up half of your, or maybe, I don't know about half. You've given up a lot of your hand.
Oh, have I now? Fine. I don't want you to guess for 500 years. It should be at least 15 minutes a person.
Fine.
Hopefully less. But yeah, generally like man or woman. I'd be like, is it a man? Yes or no? So whatever. And we go from there. So we're playing this game, and it's called Celebrity. So it's supposed to be a celebrity.
No, Celebrity's a different game.
Whatever.
Here, let's play it right now.
It's called
Man or woman?
Well, I gotta think of somebody. Okay, I'm gonna think of the...
I know who you're gonna think of. That's
man. Also, you can't ask me a yes or no question. Oh. Is it a man?
Okay. Is it a man?
Yes.
Do I want to bang him?
Yes. And that's always a very good question, because we want to bang a lot of people, but there are really not that many people we want to bang. It narrows down the list.
Did he happen to play... Okay, I'm not going to go because I don't want to spoil your story.
But anyways, that's how we play. And I know there's another game called Celebrity, but I always called this one Celebrity too. Anyways, and also this game came out before your game did, so whatever.
Fair enough, you win.
Also, Mama needs some wine. Hold on, I gotta reach. Thanks. Just do the whole thing. There
How are these mics picking up?
Okay. So, picture it. It's 1998. We're standing in line. We're playing Celebrity, and I'm kind of bored. And I'm up, so people are trying to guess what my celebrity is. And I'm just kind of looking behind me while everybody's guessing. They're not even close. There's no way they're going to get my celebrity. It was like Tommy Lee Jones or something. And I look over my shoulder, and I'm thinking, like, we're not that close to getting on the ride, but we're kind of close. Like, there's not a lot of people at Magic Mountain this day.
We have a fast pass as well.
We also have fast passes. And this guy walks in, and I'm thinking, oh, he's cute. And then I was like, I think I know him. He looks really familiar. I'm like, holy shit, that guy looks just like Robert Downey Jr. And I'm like, holy shit, I think it's Robert Downey Jr. And now this is coming off the heels of him totally getting busted for cocaine and like waking up in his neighbor's like kid's bed, like not pedophile-ish. He just got shit-faced when in the wrong house to fall asleep.
Like you do.
Like you do sometimes, not everything's dirty. But anyways, and I'm just like, oh my god. So we have to go through it. I'm trying to be like, don't look at him. Don't stare at RDJ. And apparently, Mom kept trying to kind of touch his hand as we were going by.
If I remember correctly, first of all, we were like, yeah, fuck you, Charlotte. Good one. Yeah. You're hilarious. You need some attention. And then I was like, holy shit, that is Robert Downey Jr. Right. We're like, no, it can't be. And then, you know how like the lines... it's like a cattle line, it's like you twist back and forth and back and forth, 90-degree angles. And so we would pass him, because he was like one thing behind us or whatever, we would pass him every time we crisscrossed lanes. And so every time we would pass him and get close, then like the first time we did that, then I was like, holy shit, no, she's right. Like that is actually Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, and then Mom started like putting her hand on the rail, trying to get her hand like close to his hand.
I also want to point out, I saw him earlier that day too at In-N-Out before we even got in the park, because he was wearing a hat and it was familiar to me. And when we were in line at In-N-Out, I was thinking, I didn't see his face at all, but I remembered what he was wearing. And when you're at Magic Mountain, you'll see the same person about 10 times, and you're just like, wow, it's weird that you keep running into that person even though you don't talk to him or anything. And I was like, no, I saw him earlier today. Mm-hmm. But anyways, that's neither here nor there except for the kismet of that we're supposed to make out.
Well, and he, like, I was going to say, too, he was totally, like, on to the fact that we were all just, like, basically staring at him and trying to be cool. We were trying to be cool. We were not fucking cool.
Damn it.
And, like, just imagine.
I choose to remember it differently.
Just imagine Mom's hand, like, creeping towards his hand, and he would, like, pull his hand back and look at her like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
This is why Mom's not invited to our wedding.
Okay, go on.
We'd cross, but he was still a bit behind us. So I remember you and I got on the, it was Goliath. So we get on the ride, and we're like, oh my God, I don't want to leave you. Whatever. And so we go on the ride, we get off, and then we booked it down. Like, I don't even think we talked about it. We were just on this,
then we went on another ride. Then we went on Scream. Because that happened on the second roller coaster, you're talking about.
Oh, okay, I totally thought it was the first ride. But, you're right. And so we're like, oh my God. And I was like, no, we're not going to sit here and wait for him. That's fucking
too
lame.
creepy. We were creepy enough.
We were creepy enough. We don't need to be, like, ruin his day. He's trying to spend the day with his kids, right?
Or his nephews or whatever.
Whatever. And so
This was pre-Iron Man, by the way. He wasn't an Iron Man.
I was going to say, yeah, this was, like... maybe he was doing Ally McBeal. I don't really know. He wasn't doing much yet, but a few years later than Iron Man, because Iron Man didn't come out until,
it was like
2008. And really? Yeah. And this was 1996 was when he got in trouble. I looked it up. And then I want to say this was about 99 because Mom was still living. I remember there was a picture of her and Joe in the back patio. So she was still in the house. Yeah. And it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But 99. I want to say, yeah.
Early
2000s. It was before 2000s, before I moved to Utah, so.
Okay.
Anyways, so we go down to Scream, and we're in our Fast Pass again, and now he's, right behind us. He's not directly behind us, but he's, 2 people back from us. Mm-hmm. And like, oh my God, stop it, RDJ. You're following me around.
And by this point, we were totally cool, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. Well, we'd gotten over the shock of seeing my betrothed. And, he ended up getting on the same cart as us. So there was
behind us.
I don't think he was he?
Well, the cart behind us. So there was
so he wouldn't
4
have been,
people to a cart.
So he wasn't in the 4 cart. He was the one behind
exactly.
That. Okay.
Yeah.
So then when we get off, and again, I don't think we talked about this. We just booked it down to go get our pictures. Our pictures in parentheses. We were going to buy his picture, and it was going to be my favorite, most awesome thing. I'd put it in a shrine. Mm-hmm. And the guy was, so we run down there, and we're like, okay, we're here to get our pictures. He's like, sorry, girls. Camera didn't work. You're going to have to go on the ride again to get it. We're like, this is fucking bullshit.
And exactly. In a smarmy voice. Like, you knew. He was just like, nice try, ladies.
Total douche. But again, how would he know? It's not like you're going to recognize him from his picture.
I don't know.
He would have to go ahead of time, be like, hey, just so you know, RDJ might be on some of these rides today. Don't sell people other people's pictures. I don't know.
But whatever it was, he knew
knew not to give it to us.
Yeah.
And so, man, as we're saying,
maybe it was the fact that Mom was taking pictures of him the whole time we were in line. How many pictures do we have of the back of his head?
And they're all awful. They're all out of focus. Actually, if anything, well, I'll save that for the end.
So we weren't cool. I take
that back.
We were cool. Mom wasn't cool.
Exactly. We are cool people. Mom, on the other hand, is... She
fangirled all over
She didn't even try. She was just like, oh my God, I love you in less than 0. Actually, no, sorry. It's Mom.
That was Cortney. Cortney was the one who loves him in less than 0.
Mom would be like, I loved you in heart and soul. Me, I'm like, I loved you in Only You. If you haven't watched Only You with Marissa Tomei, you're missing out on life. Anyways, so
you can't
as Mandy
see it, but I'm shaking my head right now.
I feel it. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but I feel it. So as Mandy is saying, fuck this shit. This is bullshit. I believe those were her exact words. She takes 2 steps back. She has a finger in the air saying, this is bullshit.
And I whipped around.
Ran right into him.
Like face to face.
No, well, you hit him and then you turned around.
Mm-mm. I was just being dramatic.
You were being very dramatic.
And I flipped around and threw my hands down and was like, oh, this is bullshit. And then as I said bullshit, I was face to face with him and he was putting a cigarette out on the ground. And
and she says, what did you say, Mandy?
I said, sorry, Robert Downey Jr. Your full name. Sorry, Robert Downey Jr. And then he just looked at me.
And he just walked away.
And he kind of gave me that look I just gave Charlotte when she was talking about Heart and Soul. And then he walked away. And I was mortified. Today, I'm still mortified.
I wouldn't be. It was hilarious.
Although...
Sorry, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. Although, that motherfucker, I encountered him again a few years later in San Francisco. And he almost hit me in the crosswalk by my house. So I'm living on Church. Yeah, I told you this, right? I'm living on Church. And it's the intersection of 15th and Church. 15th? Yeah, 15th and Church. And I'm crossing over. So it's not like a super busy street or anything. I've got the green walk. I'm walking. It's like my street. It's like 2 doors down from my apartment. I'm there all the time. I'm in the crosswalk. And this motherfucker in a silver Infiniti just comes barreling around. So he's coming towards me. And he's taking a right. And so he's got a green. So he's just taking a right in the green. But I'm already in the crosswalk. And he like almost hits me. And I was just like about ready to yell, "Hey, fuck you!" You know, and you could just like I had got my breath getting ready to yell. And then I saw who it was. And it was him. And he just gave me that look again. Like, "Oh, you're in my crosswalk." You know, like, "What's wrong with you?" And then I was just like, holy shit. And then I have a feeling like he could see the recognition, because I'm sure he gets that all the time, right? Everybody in the fucking world knows who he is.
Right.
So I had that look of like, I know you, and then realizing who it was. And then I just kind of got this like, that's right, bitch, kind of a vibe from him. He absolutely didn't say that. He didn't say anything. He just, that's what I'm imagining was going through his mind as I stopped in the crosswalk, and then he drove, and then I continued walking because you yield to Robert Downey Jr.
Everyone yields to RDJ.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going to say with this one, though, I mean, he had a success, but he had also had a huge fall, too.
Yeah, big
but
one.
I never lost faith in him. I knew. I knew he was destined for great things, like Iron Man, where he full-on redeemed himself.
Yeah, he did. When Mom was telling us to watch Iron Man, because, you know, like I don't usually put a lot of stock in movies that Mom tells me to watch, because, you know, we have different tastes.
You know what? She used to have good taste in movies.
Well, fair enough. But yeah, she was the one who was like, she was really big into her pirate movie situation. However, she was getting
now
all those.
Now she recommends, what was that Pantry movie?
Ghost Pantry.
Ghost Pantry. Don't listen to my mother.
We will not speak of Ghost Pantry ever again. If you all want to Google it and look it up on your own and watch it at 11:23 p.m., don't blame us for it.
Right, just don't do it. It's I mean, do it only so that you can have an opinion about it, so you can make fun of it later.
on our next Facebook post that we're going to do about the pantry ghost for some god unknown reason. How did this just happen? Now it's happened. It's already too late. It's happening. I was going to say, Mom was telling us to watch Iron Man, and I was like, no, I'm not going to. If you're recommending it, Mom, I love you, but I don't. We have different tastes in movies. Sure enough, Iron Man's the fucking shit.
Fucking shit.
Obviously.
Clearly.
Everyone knows that.
But yeah, we have lots of Magic Mountain stories, but mainly, that was my favorite one.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, like, being a kid and living down here as a kid, and then we would always go to Magic Mountain, and then it got to the point where, and we'd go to Disneyland, too, but it got to the point where I remember saying this verbatim, like, do we have to go to Disneyland again? I'm so bored of Disneyland. You know, I just wanted to go to Magic Mountain and ride the roller coasters. But now it's kind of like, and I hate to admit it, I'm kind of over Magic Mountain.
We didn't go. So we used to go every single year. We probably went from like 94 until at least 2004. Every single October. And then when I moved, because I moved to Washington in 2004, so we went maybe a couple times when we were out there, but we kind of stopped going. And then once I moved back to California in 2008, we hardly ever went. And then we went a few times the last year. I get nauseous.
Yeah,
it's so shitty because I've always been like seasick, like on boats and stuff. But roller coasters was never a problem. It was a little bit much, like when Tatsu came out, and like we went on the ride, and I was like, oh my god, that was fucking awesome. And then, little spoiler, little trick, if you, where'd my shoes go? Because you have to put them off to the side. Like, I don't know, I'm putting on my shoes really slowly. And then everybody's, pretty much left, and then the new group of people sits down, and then you see whatever empty seat there is, and then you just like, fuck that shit. And then you get back on the seat, so you ride it twice without having to wait an hour and a half in between.
Or 4 times if you're...
Laurie. But I went on that second time, and I was like, ooh, that was a bit much for my stomach. Like, I don't know about that. So that was the first sign.
Yeah, see, I don't have a problem with that. I still... Tatsu is one of my favorite roller coasters of all time.
No, it's great. Oh, right. I love it.
I feel like I could still do it to this day, but the thing that gets me is the shaking. Like, those coasters are so old now. Like...
Well, what about Full Throttle? That one's brand new. I didn't actually get that sick on that one.
See, I think that has a lot to do with it, the shaking and the rattling. Like, the last time I went on Viper, I had such a headache for the entire...
No, fuck Viper's on my list of rides I'll never go on again.
You can't do anything else because it's just, like, rattles your brain.
I would say it was probably around that same time in, like, 2006. I went on it, and I have those, my ears pierced 3 times, so I've got little studs in them, and it slammed into it, and my neck was bleeding or whatever. And
mine
I was
too.
Like, fuck that. Never going on this fucking ride again. And so I didn't, and then I waited a few years, and I went on it because my friend was visiting. I was like, all right, I'll go on it with you. And I was like, fuck that fucking ride. I'm serious. It's on my list.
Yeah, I learned to take my earrings out on that.
Yeah, fuck that ride.
I remember when that ride was brand new. I think it was
Me too.
91?
91, 92, something like that.
Yeah. It was fucking awesome then. It was smooth as butter.
Yeah, it was so... And it was like, remember the... Like, Revolution sucks. Viper's where it's at. Mm-hmm. And then there's Final Destination 5. Mm-hmm. And you're like, wait, I think that fucking ride is Viper. It is fucking Viper! We gotta go Disney... Or Magic Mountain.
Yeah, that ride's famous. It was also featured in a little gem called True Romance.
Oh.
You know,
I don't remember them going on
when they take Elliot to the park
it's supposed to be
Coke
like
deal.
Wasn't it supposed to be, like, on the pier or some shit?
I don't know.
I'll have to watch it again.
All I know is they're trying to find a place for the deal to go down, and Alabama Whirly says, roller coaster. And then the next thing you know, they're at Magic Mountain.
Nice. All right. No, I'll have to watch that movie again. I don't remember.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the fucking shit now, and you still refuse to go with me, and maybe this year, well, actually, no, this year, there's the apocalypse. Maybe next year, when we can go out and do things again.
When the apocalypse is over.
Universal Studios Hollywood Horror Nights is so fucking fun and amazing. And
I went that one year, and it was fucking awful.
Hear me out. Let me finish. There's about a fucking 1.5 billion people there. So the only way that makes it fun is you have to spring for the fast pass. You skip the line.
I'm not made of money.
you go. Well, you can save up for it. It's worth it to save up for it, to go to it.
That's not the point. I have the money. I just have other things I'd rather spend money on.
Okay, well, listeners, if anybody would like to join me, I've gone to Hollywood Horror Nights for the past 3 years in a row by myself. So if anybody wants to join me, I'm telling you, it's fucking fun and amazing, and I really love it. Charlotte's now, what's the word? Banned.
What's the word? Banned?
Charlotte's 86. No, I was trying to think of disqualified. I don't know what I was trying to think of. I'm on my 3rd glass of wine.
But maybe I'll think about doing it.
I'll stop.
Is it like $400? Like,
no, $280. $285.
Might as well be $400.
And you can go during the day and do all the Harry Potter stuff.
I'll think about it.
Listen, I'm not asking you anymore. I'm asking our listener in...
New Zealand.
No, we don't have one in New Zealand.
You motherfuckers.
We have France. France is our number 2 country after the U.S. Ooh. It took over Australia.
Wait, Cameron, are you not inviting your friends to listen to us?
Canada. Canada's up there, too.
Sorry, I keep choosing the mic. You're welcome. I miss you.
Yeah, good times. But yeah, Hollywood Horror Nights, that's my new fucking favorite thing. Although Disneyland's pretty fun at Halloween too, but it's not scary and gory and horror movie like
That's true, and I do
Universal
like horror
is.
movies. I just it's fine. Go on.
I'm done plugging Universal Studios.
Give us free tickets. I'll tell them how awesome it is. Is that how this works yet? When do we get free shit?
Well, here's the thing. So once we hit 1,500 downloads or listens, which actually we have, I think we get a real sponsorship. Ooh. Which means we'll probably do something like, I don't know, I'm sure they start you small, like Tic Tacs. And then we get to do a commercial about Tic Tacs, like, hey, Charlotte, your breath smells like ass.
Let me give you a Tic Tac.
Why don't you try, be like, P.U. You know, I don't know, whatever. You can say whatever you want, pretty much. As long as you just say the tagline, like whatever the tagline is. So we'll start with Tic Tacs and we'll work our way up to mattresses.
You already know my mind.
Did I?
No. What's to say?
Did you say I blew your mind or I read your mind?
You just blew my mind.
Oh. Okay, good. Anyways, so, yeah, be on the lookout the next, 3 or 4 episodes for us to have, our own very first legit commercial where we start raking in the 2 pennies a play instead of the 1 penny that we're getting now. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna get that Hollywood Horror Nights.
Well, I wonder if I should tell my story. It doesn't really have anything to do with your story. I guess I can tell it anyway.
All right.
It'll make titling this episode a hell of a lot harder, but I was gonna tell another story about lighting shit on fire, because it was so funny in retrospect, the time that I lit my face and hair on fire while trying to cook a Thanksgiving turkey drunk.
Yeah, that sounds intriguing. Go on.
You've heard this, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, sweet Mary Mother of... Wait, what's a Mormon's? Holy moly? Holy French, yeah, holy moly. Triscuit sticks.
Oh my heckin' frick.
Oh my frickin' gosh. Golly gee. No, that's too.
You've gone too far.
That's too far. So I don't know what year this was, but we were living, I should have got my spreadsheet out, because we were living on Utter Street, in that big, we actually had this really beautiful historic house. It was like, the neighborhood had a bunch of these houses, and they had to actually register them on this, the city historical guide or something like that. So we had a little plaque on our house that was like, this house was established in 18 blah 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 or whatever, but it was just beautiful, and it was like really old and well constructed, but it had a weird little phone room. Did you ever come to that house?
That sounds really familiar.
It's like a little closet, but it had like a French doors, like a hinged French door kind of situation, and it used to be where you would go to talk on the phone during parties or whatever.
So you made it a phone room? It wasn't a legit phone?
No, that's what it's called in the real, in the that's actually what it was for. Like, there was servant stairs in the back, like a really, like there was the kind of the grand staircase that went to the parlor and the phone room or whatever, and then into the dining room. But in the kitchen, there was a tiny, shitty little stairway back up to the other side of the second floor, and that was the servant stairs, and that's what it was called. So I lived in this house with Tiffany and Cortney and BJ, and Laurie lived there at one point, and we had this roommate, Amanda, which is another story. That's actually a really good story. I'm going to save that for the next time. The Amanda. Yeah. The thief.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Just wondering.
Anyways, so we were it was whatever year it was, I can't remember, and we were having Thanksgiving, and we were all working at the co-op, of course, and Casey had come to hang out and have Thanksgiving with us, and his friend, who was so funny, Dylan.
I love Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan.
Shout out to Dylan.
Casey and Dylan. And they had brought some beer from someplace in Utah that we liked.
3.2?
I can't remember. It was way
no,
back
I'm just
in the
saying
day.
All beer in Utah is 3.2.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was like it wasn't a keg, so I think it was like a craft beer or something.
Okay.
Maybe they got it at the liquor store or something. Right. But it definitely wasn't just like the regular, like Budweiser you get at the Smiths or whatever. But yeah, so those two had come. And then we had a bunch of our friends over, and we had, so we had the living room, and then there's a little entryway and a stairway that went up, and then there was the living room, which I guess you would call like the parlor, and then there was the dining room, and in the dining room we had do you know what a snooker table is?
No.
Snooker table? I think it's a snooker table.
Sounds like you bang on it.
Well, let's not
get
ahead of ourselves here. But
there is a train of thought there that makes sense.
A snooker table, it's basically a pool table. It's a different game, but it's basically like a billiards type game, but it's larger than a pool table. The balls are smaller, and it's like all red balls. You can't see it, but Charlotte's saying balls and laughing.
Blue balls, Mandi.
Red balls. We're talking about red balls.
Okay,
anyways,
sorry, I'm 5.
It's a different formation. It's a different game. Anyways, I don't even remember how to play it. But the table is basically just, all you have to know is it's a pool table, but it's much larger than a pool table.
Weird.
So there was And I had friends move it in and out. Well, I had friends move it in.
Wait, so did you own it or did it come with the house?
I owned it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody was giving it away because, and I was like, why would they give that away? That's fucking awesome.
I think that about ping pong tables and you guys don't let me bring it in.
Well, listen to why they're giving it away and why I subsequently gave it away later was because that thing is made up of 3 slabs of concrete or whatever.
Oh, shit.
That it weighs like 3,000 pounds or some shit. I could be making that up. I want to say each one of those things weighed almost 1,000 pounds. It took like 8 guys
to move. It makes sense.
To each one of those.
The AstroTurf apparently weighs 1,000 pounds. And I was like, how is that possible? But whatever.
Yeah. AstroTurf?
Yeah, well, I've been looking at the AstroTurf. And
right.
To be able to put it in the car, like, no, you need a truck. It's at least 1,000 pounds. I'm like, there's no way a roll. It's like carpet. Like, how heavy could it fucking be?
Right.
Apparently it's like 1,000 pounds. Anyways, go on. It's just saying it's not far-fetched that it would be 1,000 pounds.
Yeah. It was really fucking heavy. But it was large. And so we kind of had used that table for a dining room table. We used it for a buffet table. Like we have a lot of parties at that house. I have a really great
You have parties? No.
I have a lot of great pictures of like a dance party happening on that table. Nice. Narcy was there for sure. Narcy and Jason, Michael and Melissa were there. I'm sure Jenny was there. Anyways, Josh. Anyways, a lot of everybody, all of our people from Bellingham. But so at this particular night we were using that as our Thanksgiving spread table or whatever. Katie was there this night too. I remember that too because she ended up having to give me a haircut after I lit my face on fire.
Spoiler alert.
But well, I already spoiled it in the beginning. But so what had happened, to quote my friend Tiffany, what had happened was I got a turkey from the co-op and my employer at the time. And I didn't have a roasting pan big enough because we had all these people, all these guests coming, and everybody was bringing a side of something. Richard was there, too. Everybody was bringing a side, it was kind of potluck style, and I was cooking the turkey. And so I'd gotten a big foil pan from the co-op to cook the turkey in.
How many pounds would you say the turkey was?
I'm going to say it was at least 20 pounds. Dang. So it was a big one, because we had to feed a lot of people.
Big-ass turkey.
Big-ass turkey. And so I, in my wisdom, just placed it in one single foil pan.
Oh, no.
Because I didn't know you're supposed to, like, double and triple those bitches
up. They're heavy.
Yeah,
right?
I only worked at a grocery store. I don't know how I would know anything about a Thanksgiving turkey. Actually, I worked in the wellness department, so I didn't know
to
then.
Be fair, yeah.
I actually didn't know shit about selling turkeys until probably like 4 years ago. No, that's not true. But anyways, so I have a gas oven, right? So the room beyond the pool or the snooker table room is the kitchen. And then that's where you have the little stairs that go up. And then right next to the servant stairs is a tiny little half bathroom. And, me being the hippie co-op queen that I was, I had all my essential oils, stocked up in that bathroom.
You're a hippie queen.
Thank the fucking Lord I did, BT dubs. I'll get to that. But so I have a gas oven, and I still don't even know how this happened. But so I go open the oven, the turkey's done, everything's perfect. I go to grab that pan and pull it out, and as I'm lifting it, it's full of fat and juice and stuff, and the pan, like cracks as I'm lifting it up and folds, and the fat starts seeping out the bottom of it just a little bit, but enough to where I'm like, oh shit. And so I start to pull it faster and it kind of tears it open. So a bunch of fat goes down onto this open flame. And yeah, a fucking fireball. The first of 2 fireballs that would engulf my head in my life. Well, my life's not over, so let's not just limit it to 2.
I can't anything else.
But yeah, fireball engulfed my face, and it was like, it was so bad. Like, my hair was burned. You guys can't see that are listening, but it was back like probably
It'd be
an
like
inch,
the tiniest of tiny
2 inches past
like
where my bang line should be. It was like 2 inches back.
So you're more like a Victorian.
Yeah.
Like.
Exactly. And I mean, it was burnt and melty, so there was a little something there, but it wasn't cute.
Did it smell good?
And my eyebrows were gone. God. No, it didn't smell fucking good.
Did you take pictures?
I don't think so.
Does anybody have pictures?
I have pictures of the haircut Katie gave me that night afterwards.
That might work.
I'll see if I can find them. But so this fireball hits me in the face. I can feel it. Like, I can feel the burn on my face. And so I run into the bathroom and I start splashing cold water on my face. And then I realize I have all these essential oils in there. I don't know if you guys know this. It sounds fucking crazy. It sounds fucking hippie. It smells like shit. But lavender oil... Sorry, maybe I'm the only person on earth that thinks that lavender oil smells like shit. We always had it as an air freshener in the co-op bathroom, so it reminds me of poop. Anyways.
I feel the same way about mandarin.
Lavender essential oil is so good for burns. Oh. Any kind of burn. Sunburn, chemical burn, regular
with the same lavender oil that you would put in a diffuser?
Exactly.
That would work? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Put it on a burn. I actually had my own little homemade recipe of sunburn after sun stuff that I would sell to all the tourists in Hawaii that would come with their pale ass white skin and be sunburned right off the bat.
Me.
It was the main component in its lavender oil. But I'm telling you, lavender oil works like a charm. So I loaded my hands up with lavender oil and I slathered it all over my face. And it kind of stings at first, but it really just takes the heat right out of it. Oh. And I was totally fine. All I had was like a really terrible haircut.
It wasn't your first and it won't be your last.
Yeah. And you know what also, this probably didn't help, but my hair, I was bleaching my own hair, back then I'm using the Manic Panic. And so my hair was stretchy.
Oh, so you had no elasticity left in it.
Yeah, it was really garbage.
I can't believe I just said that word, by the way. I'm like, oh, 3 glasses of wine deep. I said the word, but I'm not going to say it again, though.
Nice. Yeah, it was really, I had garbage hair, so... it probably needed to get burned off anyway, so I could start over.
It was one more bleaching away from just falling out anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, that was, and then we just kept getting drunker, drinking, right? And then ate food and passed out, and it was the greatest Thanksgiving. It was one of the most memorable Thanksgivings, only second to the time that Dad came to Bellingham and we used the fog machine in Matt's house and the fire department came because they thought the house was on fire because there was so much fog pouring out the windows.
That wasn't the time with us, was it?
Weren't you there? Dad was there?
I don't think Dad was there.
Yeah, but Dad left before the fog machine got out of control. It was so much fun.
So we had a fog machine going, and it was so thick inside of it. You could put your hand in front of your face and kind of see it. But if you went, like, full extension out, you couldn't see your hand.
Yeah.
And so we were going around, and it was really fun. It was almost like playing hide and go seek, but we're just like, can't see shit. It was really funny. And then, well, I won't get into it, but me and Brian got into a fight, let's just say, where we were slapping each other. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know what he did, but he burnt me or he did something.
He poured boiling hot water on you.
No, I did that to him. Oh. I was going to say, mine was like, fuck that, went and got some hot ass water and I threw it on him because he'd extended my arm to a point where I was like, Brian, it's not funny anymore. And he's a bully, so that's what he does. I don't like that guy. And so I threw hot water on him. Anyways, that was the end of that party. But
the end of the party was when the fire department came because you were standing outside of that house, so it's a 2-story house, and we had multiple fog machines going. I think we had at least 2, maybe more.
I think these might be 2 different stories.
No,
because the one I'm thinking of was the one right across from not Indian. You were on Indian.
Yeah, it's Matt's old house.
Matt and Tiffany's.
Yeah,
there wasn't 2 stories.
Well, it was, they had wait.
They had someone that was behind them.
Yeah.
But it wasn't 2 stories.
And I guess what I'm trying to say was, so it had a kind of a funky walkway going up to it, and then it kind of went down in the back, so the reason I'm saying was 2 stories is because it was a very tall house, and so there was the high windows basically had all of this smoke pouring out of it, or what the fire department thought was smoke, which was this fake Halloween fog. But so it's not like I was just trying to give, since you can't see my hand motions, I was just trying to give like the depth of like the giantness of the windows of this house, and to just imagine like going up, you have a long yard, you have a long walkway, you have a tall house, maybe it wasn't 2 stories, but it was a tall house with tall windows, and every single window was pouring out fake fog, which looked like smoke, and so the fire department came because I'm sure all the neighbors probably fucking called
this house is on fire, it's Thanksgiving, we fucked up.
Yeah, and we're all just wasted pouring hot water on each other,
and for a week we all felt like we smoked about 500 packs of cigarettes.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
It was not a great side effect of fun, but you know what, I liked it so much I bought 2 fog machines, and your bedroom before it was your bedroom. Me and my friend Erin just sat in here drinking beer with the fog machine going, and then we took pictures of us looking like zombies. It was awesome. But I still have a fog machine, so...
Yeah, fog machines are fun.
I have to get my other back from Stacy. Anyways.
Fog machines and Thanksgiving.
Always a good time.
Yeah. Just be careful, you know? Maybe tell your neighbors, hey, if you see a bunch of smoke pouring out the windows, it's cool.
We're just having a party.
Don't worry about it. Look the other way.
Mind your business.
Turned around. Stay in your fucking house.
Get out of the fog for just maybe every half an hour for 5 minutes to breathe fresh air so you don't die of fog inhalation.
I wonder if that's why I get bronchitis so often. No, it's
sure
probably all.
Help.
It's probably all the smoking I did in my youth. Don't smoke, guys. If you were thinking about smoking, if you were thinking about looking cool like Christian Slater did and pump up the volume, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Also, don't get me wrong, I looked cool when I smoked. I did. But now I just get like sick, like I want to throw up. So it's a real thing that even if you're just smoking, I'm not even being a dick because I don't want to get cancer from your secondhand smoke. Like, I literally want to throw up when I'm around people who smoke because it smells like garbage. And I feel like I might have been hypnotized because I was a smoker for a long time. And overnight, one day, want to throw up every time I smell cigarette smoke. So, don't smoke around me.
You hear that over there in, what?
Japan.
No, we don't have any Japan. We have Finland, Norway. Norway. You hear that, Norway? Put out your dirty cigarettes.
Actually, do whatever you want. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. We love you. I'm actually really stunned at how many places that people are listening in from. Like, it's crazy.
I was excited about Spain. We don't know anyone in Spain. Someone just stumbled upon us in Spain.
I know. Spain, Switzerland, where else? Oh, the UK, France, Australia. Yeah, France is our number 2. It was us and then Australia for a long time. France edged Australia out of the running. Now Australia's number 3.
Australia.
So, Cameron, get that? We need you to be our street team on the ground, mate. Get your cunt friend. Wait, no, wait. Get your mates. Tell those cunts they need to. There, I got it. I could try to do my Australian accent.
Do it.
You say an American accent. You say rise up lights.
Rise up.
And if you say it fast enough, it's rise up lights. Rise up lights. And it sounds like razor blades in Australian. And that's the extent of my Australian accent.
Perfect.
Anyway, let's end with something positive.
Perfect.
Let's end with something good.
Are we going to do some shout-outs? Is that what we're doing on positive?
Well, I just want to say before we go into the end, that I found a couple of Instagram accounts that I really enjoy following because I've said it before, most of my Twitter is just all about politics and people treating each other like shit, and it makes me feel terrible every time I look at it. So I've started deliberately following some accounts on Instagram because they make me feel good. So I thought I would tell you guys about it. There's one called Good News _movement that I really like. One called Tank's Good News. It's basically these 3 accounts. They're like meme accounts, essentially. And he doesn't follow anybody. He follows only his 3 accounts. And he has 30,000 followers or something like that. But so his meme accounts are also fire. But then he has this other one called Tank's Good News, and it's just basically sweet news stories that pop up in your feed amidst all the Trump bullshit. And
is that where you got that really sweet Indian man who is saying he's going to stop drinking soda for 30 days?
No, that was actually from Karen's Twitter from My Favorite Murder.
It was just I kept expecting the horrible thing to start happening. No, it's just this sweet man. He's like, I'm going to stop drinking soda pop.
Yeah.
For 30 days.
I put it up in our Instagram story, but I'll put it up again in case you guys want to see it. It's just, he says, no fizzy drinks. That's
no fizzy drinks.
That's his catchphrase. No fizzy drinks 2020. And he just talks about how.
Him.
Yeah, he's great. Anyways, Tank's Good News and Good News _movement. So if that's my little plug to try to make the world a slightly better place, because I know y'all bitches are on social media, so, follow some accounts that'll bring you a little bit of joy to your feed instead of just all this bullshit.
Instagram, the Pineapple News?
Oh, yeah, that one's a good one, too.
Nice.
Yeah, Pineapple News.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to throw out there to make the apocalypse less annoying?
No.
Okay, then you just do what I do. Follow some nice, good news.
You know what I really... I follow on Instagram that I really liked? Kids getting hurt. It just makes me laugh all the time.
I follow that one,
too. They
don't
die. It's just so funny.
I follow that one, too. And kook slams.
Kook slams. That one makes me cringe sometimes. Like, because I actually really hate watching people get hurt. Like, because I'm too empathetic, I guess. I just put myself in that position, so I immediately, like, freeze up. But kids getting hurt, I feel like, is more... lighthearted. Like, it's usually like, oh, they're laying on this air mattress, and then the older brother jumps on the air mattress and the kid flies against the wall. That shit's funny.
Hey, you know, whatever it takes to get you through the apocalypse.
Right?
I say do it.
Game on. But yeah. I also want to give shout outs to our friends on the internet that have been engaging on our posts, which I think has been a lot of fun for me. Because there's one thing that I love, it's a GIF war. And I wouldn't say I'm winning, but I'm kind of winning.
Yeah, Siobhan
has been amazing.
She's fucking great. Kathy.
So good.
Yeah, thanks guys. You're
you make my day. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, I get to play with somebody.
Not to mention, somehow there's some sort of algorithm that it totally boosts. So
it's true. So yeah, every time you guys see a post and you're like, oh hey, I want more people to see it, just give a little shout out like, hey, love what I'm listening to, or my favorite, just give a GIF and I will give you 10 GIFs back.
Yeah, just drop a GIF. Just drop, I prefer Paul Rudd GIFs, so if you guys want to throw any of those down.
Anything with fire in it, I'm good.
No more fire. Fire bad.
But yeah, if it helps get it in front of more people so we can get more Tic Tac commercials.
Yes, and as always, please, if you're enjoying our show, give us a rating, give us a review on Apple Podcasts. It actually probably does the most to get other people to be able to hear our show. So if we can get, even a handful of maybe like 10 or 20 ratings, that'll go a long way towards getting us out into the world and getting our dreams of having a Dinnerly ad, a Blue Apron ad sponsorship.
And get this wine paid for.
And then one day we'll move up to wine.
As soon as we get out of the red.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a lot of fun. I can't believe that I forgot how embarrassing Mom was in front of Robert Downey Jr.
So since Robert Downey Jr., I know you're listening. Just know that I'm way cooler than my mom is. And we'll be very happy together.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us this evening at Family Home Evening
with Bad Mormons.